Please don't get rid of that draft. Please don't get rid of that story. Lack of expectations and pressure. I think this is more a me thing, not so much an AuthorTube thing. Hey guys, I'm Kate. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to a chatty video where I'm going to reminisce a little bit as we discuss how my writing style and process has changed over the past 4 years and generally answer the questions posed in the AuthorTube Oldie Tag created by Lindsay Puckett. The wonderful, the amazing Lindsay Puckett. Jess and I actually talked about co-opting the BookTube Oldie Tag during our July AuthorTube chat. So not only is this like great minds think alike, but also Lindsay came up with way better questions than I had just slightly attempted to. So I'm very excited to do this. Let's jump in with the first question, which is 1. How long have you had your AuthorTube channel? Technically, I posted my first video on December 10th, 2016, but I didn't post my first writing video until January 3rd, 2017. 441 videos and a hot minute later, here we are. Freaking cheers to that. Question number 2, what aspect of your writing has improved since joining it? And I'm very excited for this question because I think the answer is like all aspects. I have improved so much. Most of this I think can be attested to time. When I first started my channel, I had only ever gotten feedback on one project before, and it's because it was the first story that I'd ever fully revised a draft of. So I was a super newbie in terms of completing stories back then. And now I've revised so many. Now I'm on like multiple drafts later of projects. I'm writing a freaking series now. And I don't talk about it as much, but I'm also closer to sort of completely fine-tuning my personal essay voice or my nonfiction voice, which is huge. And in some ways, I've also learned what my limits are, which I didn't really know before. For reference, NaNoWriMo 2017, when I attempted the adult sci-fi story. And then, of course, my horror comedy spoof, The Princess Bride Meets Scooby-Doo. Which I can never say without laughing. And in that story, I attempted to have 7 different point of view characters, and that is just not, nope, not possible. It's good to learn your limits so that you can slowly, incrementally push past them. Question 3, what are your biggest writing accomplishments since starting your channel? I've queried, which was huge. I'm making money writing what I want to, which like not a lot of money, but I'm doing it. And I'd say honestly, having a publication plan that grows more and more concrete each week is an accomplishment from someone who's been notoriously terrified of that. So scared of sharing stuff in the past, and y'all, I'm freaking doing it now. My hair's still wet, so we're just gonna guess. 4, has your drafting style, plotter, pantser, plantser, has that evolved since you began your channel? Yes. I think when I started my channel, when I did the AuthorTube newbie tag, I called myself a plantser. Question number 4, are you a plotter, pantser, or plantser? And I'm so glad this is a question. This is the question I get asked every nano, and it's my question that I like to ask people to get to know them a little bit better, feel them out as writers. I used to say I was a pantser. I used to go in with nothing and just write and hope something great came out of it. I can't do that anymore. I'm such an outliner, so I'll say plantser. I'm a plantser. I don't know how true that is. I've really honed in on my own personal sort of zero draft method, but honestly, that's changed too. I think the biggest thing I've learned is that I don't have one true drafting style. It's very story dependent. The story dictates the style and I am at its mercy. Question 5, if you plan to publish, has your publishing path changed? No, I don't think so. It's fine-tuned a little. I did always want to be a hybrid author. It's just which projects would be in the trad pub category or the indie category that sort of changed a little bit. Question number 6. What is something writing or channel related that you have had to learn the hard way? So for videos, I'm not sure it's learned so much as developed a thicker skin. People will have a judgment for you regardless of what you say, sometimes in spite of the actual words that you say. And it's one of those things that you don't totally get prepared for, because in a normal conversation, you know, you'd have a back and forth, you would realize that they didn't get your meaning and then you'd try and correct. But then, man, you get these comments where it's like, you took something I said you took something I didn't say and ran with it. But for writing, probably that sometimes you're gonna have to give up on projects and that is what is best for the story and what's best for you. Even when you've completed so many drafts, sometimes it's just not the time. The plus side of this is that you never really get rid of that draft. Please don't get rid of that draft. Please don't get rid of that story. When we were on the Evergreen Writing Oasis panel discussion, several of them said that they just went like draft in the fire and no, oh, fear into the heart. The plus side is that you never have to get rid of those drafts, but I don't think that I don't know that that's ever an easier pill to swallow. The drafts and stories that I've had to put aside because I'm not skilled or because it's not the right time or any other myriad of reasons, I don't know that it gets easier. It still really hurts, but you gotta do it. It's for the best. Question number 7. I should stop doing this. I'm almost done with my cappuccino. Then I can hold my hands up and stop doing it the dumb way. Question number 7. In what ways has AuthorTube changed since you've started your channel? So many ways. So many ways. I think Lindsay said this really well. We've moved from these kind of how-to videos dominating the space to more slice of life. This is me trying to do this thing. Follow me on my journey sort of thing. Which, like Lindsay, love. She also mentioned the rise of write-ins in the past year. Holy crap. So I think truly the biggest change has just been the sheer number of people. It's so funny because I was talking to some of my friends who I met when we were like all kind of starting at the same time. We felt so new and we had this like, you know, you knew who the popular people were at the time, you kind of knew some others, but like that was it. It just felt like a string of newbies and then these people that had been doing it for forever. And now it's so much more like a pyramid just because older people tend to drop off and whatever, and it's just, but it's huge now. AuthorTube is huge. It's still small in the YouTube world, but like there's so many people, oh my gosh. At this point, it's just impossible to know everyone. It's impossible to schedule something without it kind of scheduling over other people's stuff. And this is one of those things where on a personal level, and I think this is more a me thing, not so much an AuthorTube thing, but when I first started out, you know, I was doing it here and there. I'd skip a couple months, I'd do whatever. And then I did NaNoWriMo daily vlogs in 2017. And I think I've been chasing that sort of high of the first time of doing that and all the friends I was meeting at that time because we were all doing the same thing and watching each other's videos. It was just like this cool atmosphere. It was like the best version of being like a new semester at school or something. And now I feel like a old weary victory lap senior. I think it was the lack of expectations and pressure, maybe because there weren't as many people doing it. You didn't have as much of a roadmap, it felt like, and now I think it's shifted, but I can't tell if that's me or AuthorTube generally. Question number 8. That was 9. Question number 8. What is something that frustrates you about AuthorTube? I feel like the things that used to frustrate me don't really frustrate me anymore, mostly because I unfollowed the people that bothered me so much. Things back then were like inflating credentials that bordered on outright lying sometimes, manipulating their audience, you know, all the fun stuff. Still some people that I side-eye, but I unfollowed them, so I'm happy. I think, like Lindsay said, a lot of it is who you choose to follow and who you choose to surround yourself with. AuthorTube is what you make of it, since there's no rules for entry or anything. Question number 9. I set my mug down, I didn't finish it, but question number 9. What is your hope for the future of AuthorTube? More big collaborations, that's happening a lot recently. I am loving it. More diversity, definitely. More diversity in who's popular, absolutely. I think we're on the precipice of a different kind of video breaking out. I think we're gonna get a lot more variation in content coming up and I'm really excited for it. Like we're already seeing that with live streams and live write-ins. You know, people are really putting their own twists on them as that gains popularity. Cachet has her self-care Saturday stuff or when she crochets and does things. Emily sort of pioneered the Pomodoro method and integrating that into the write-ins. Becca and Hannah have their awesome cosplay live write-ins. And then Keelan has like her spill or quill sort of dare style. It's just all so interesting and I'm excited to see that sort of trickle over into general video content besides just lives. I am ready for that creativity to come about or to make there be like a different kind of, what word am I looking for? A different kind of archetype for videos? That's not it, but y'all know what I mean. Number 10. All right. Question number 10. Share some oldie wisdom for the newbie AuthorTubers. So I have talked about how YouTube oftentimes feels very reflective of any creative field, especially the writing and publishing world. And I think Lindsay touched on this, but even if you have phenomenal content, it's one of those terribly unfortunate things. It doesn't guarantee you popularity. Like, you could have the best content on all of AuthorTube and it still doesn't necessarily mean anything, and it does suck for all of the like really small AuthorTubers I follow and love and enjoy. There's a lot of being here first that helps in terms of subscribers and just views and eyes on you. However, just like anything else, it's hard to get popular without having really good content, or it's hard to maintain that popularity without continuing to have good content. So it's like the thing that you have to do first is focus on the content, not about the marketing or anything else that happens after the fact. Much like with writing books, you gotta make the book the best it can be to give it the best chance. That doesn't mean that it's gonna get as popular as it should, but you gotta do what you can actually do. I always say try out all sorts of different kinds of videos, try out the vlogs, try out the tags, try out giving advice, try write-ins, try everything, see what you like, and run with it and get rid of the stuff that you don't like. It's not worth it. And not just see what you like in terms of filming, but also see what you like in terms of editing, in terms of posting, and like whatever sort of marketing you want to do. Does it tire you out? Because sometimes it's hard for me to edit certain videos and I make a mental note of that and I'm like, okay, even though this was fun filming, this was a disaster to edit. Don't keep doing that. Don't be afraid to pivot if something isn't working or isn't fun or whatever, you know, it's fine. Make it your own space. Be authentically you. I feel like I'm just spouting off those catchphrases that they have on like the weird motivational posters and stuff. And then to end this on a bit of a weird note, but also like tied in with the oldie concept, AuthorTube was a much different landscape when I first got started in it, and even when I got popular versus what it is now. That's not a bad thing at all, but what worked to help me like gain subscribers and get views and stuff might not even be, if I started now, what would work. Does that make sense? Like, again, there's a benefit to being oldie in terms of subscribers and getting here first. And I don't know how much advice to take from us oldies if getting popular now is your goal. Although also as an oldie, because I can grumble some, grumble. I think because the community has grown so much, we can all point to something and like there's a lot more comparison-itis happening because there's just more people to compare yourself to. And I think that the emphasis on popularity and stuff is done in a way that's even more so than when I started. But again, it might just be my little oldie brain forgetting, you know? We're a forgetful type, us oldies. But please do comment down below. Let me know how long you've been watching writing videos or like commenting on AuthorTube videos. When did you discover AuthorTube? Did you, like me, discover it through BookTube first? Let me know what your favorite kind of video is to watch. And also, how has your writing changed in the past 4 years? But thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you especially to some of my new patrons this month. Sue Olson, Jacob Thibault, Vanessa K. Eccles, Adrian Reed, Lewis Stockton, and JM Sleb, and I will see you all very soon with a new video. Bye. Question number 2. Oh no, I'm dying. The story dictates it. The story did. Getting that bread. Getting that bread. Okay, bye.